66 coins crossed the desk's line today out of 500 scanned. Let's look at the tape.
We start with a name that sounds like it should be stable but isn't. REUR.
The tape shows REUR rose up 2.8% in the last 24 hours. Volume is $20 million. Turnover is 0.3 times its market cap. It ranks number 865. The move is not fresh this hour.
The dossier identifies REUR as a EUR-referenced stable value token engineered to target a 1-to-1 value with the euro. When a stablecoin moves that far, it is rarely because the euro moved. It is usually because the peg broke.
Next up, Allura. The tape shows ALO rose up 3% in the last 24 hours. Volume is $201 million. Turnover is 3.1 times its market cap. It ranks number 342 and is still moving this hour.
Allura is a decentralized intelligence network that coordinates specialized AI models to produce inferences. The high turnover suggests active trading around the AI narrative, but the move itself is modest compared to the noise.
Then we have Plasma. XPL fell down 0.6% in the last 24 hours. Volume is $485 million. Turnover is 2.4 times its market cap. It ranks number 157 and is still moving this hour.
Plasma is a Layer 1 blockchain building stablecoin infrastructure with zero fee transfers. The price action is flat, but the volume is significant, indicating institutional or high-frequency interest despite the lack of directional momentum.
SATIRE took a hit. CYS fell down 51.2% in the last 24 hours. Volume is $180 million. Turnover is 1.5 times its market cap. It ranks number 225. The move is not fresh this hour.
SATIRE is described as a full-stack compute network turning GPUs and ASICs into liquid, yield-bearing assets. A big number % drop in a compute narrative often signals a liquidity event or a correction in yield expectations rather than a fundamental failure of the tech.
Finally, DAPOS. DOS fell down 10.4% in the last 24 hours. Volume is $98 million. Turnover is 2 times its market cap. It ranks number 427 and is still moving this hour.
DOS is categorized under artificial intelligence applications, though it has no public description in the dossier. The decline is steady, but without a clear identity or narrative anchor, it remains difficult to assign meaning beyond the raw data.
We threw out the Mirage of REUR's stablecoin status as likely depegged given the who knows how much % deviation. We circled ALO's high turnover as a real find for AI activity and CYS's volume despite the drop as significant compute liquidity.
We measured the moves, we did not predict the direction. The chain never closes.
That's the show. We're on Spotify and YouTube. If this earned it, like, subscribe, tell a friend. And housekeeping, the machine that writes this gets tuned constantly for cleaner news. The numbers are real, the jokes are not.